morning. It's almost Christmas. I'm wearing a Christmas top. No, you can't see it. Nakatomi Christmas party. Right. I thought I'd do a quick video on a camera that I actually picked up in the summer. I've been using a little bit, but not a huge amount. I've had one or two niggles with it, but I think it's okay now. Anyway, it is the Rapid Omega 100, which is a medium format camera. Kind of designed originally as a press and wedding camera, that type of thing. Weighs an absolute ton, it's like over 2 kilograms I think, so it's a bit of a unit. But does take quite nice photos, or appears to anyway. So I've come to my nearest, I guess, a photogenic spot, Castleacre Priory, and they only opened 10 minutes ago, and I'm the only person here, which is pretty cool. See, it's all very old and pretty. So, first thing I need to do is load the camera. So I'm just going to find somewhere to put my bag down, so I can do that. And yeah, show you how it works. Right, here it is. The first thing you'll probably notice is I'm holding it in my left hand. So yeah, it's a left-handed camera, which is kind of weird. What I might do is pop you up on the tripod so I can show you both hands. Right, that's better. So yeah, hold it in your left hand. Focusing with your right hand, it's a rangefinder, so peer through there. And probably the most interesting thing about this camera is the way that you wind the film on to move to the next shot, which is this thing, which sounds a bit like I've just cocked a shotgun. I'm expecting a few partridges to fly up from in the bushes. And the idea was this could be done really quickly, hence press camera when you're trying to paparazzi, I don't know, Princess Diana with a skirt falling off, I don't know, whatever. You can just off you go. So you could preload several backs because the whole back comes off. So once you get to the end, you pop on a new back, ready to go. I've only got the one back for this. It does have interchangeable lenses. Again, I've only got one lens, which is the standard 90mm 3.5. They're meant to be pretty good lenses. Seems to have worked well so far. Pretty sharp. Bulb up to 1/500th of a second, so nothing too controversial. It's kind of it, really. 3 cold shoes on the top, so I've got my little light meter in one because there's no meter built into this. If you fit the wide angle lens onto this, which is either, I think it's around a 60mm, and I think there's maybe a 56 as well, there's a separate finder that sits on top. And obviously you could put a flash in the other one, maybe. So 3 is actually kind of useful. Yeah, so time to put some film in it. So you'll probably just about see in this window here is a frame counter. So it's currently on number 6 because I've just sat and pumped it a little bit. So just need to move it on to get to where it says load. So tricky doing this one-handed. Right, it's got to 10 and it actually locks up then, so you know you've got to the end of your roll normally, and that's how people who are shooting quickly would know to change it out. So you just flip this little lever and then the lever will unlock again. So now I've got, you really probably can't see this, 3 red dots, 2 red dots, 1 red dot, and we're on load. So to get the back off, flip this up, turn this little knob to open, and off it comes, and that's the back. So fairly simple. You pop your film onto the reel here, wind it across onto the take-up spool, and then rotate it until the start mark on your film lines up with the little red dot just in here, and then you put it back on the camera, wind it onto number 1, and you're ready to go. So I will do that now. I'm no longer alone. Anyway, see the arrow, hopefully, lined up with the red dot. So I'll pop it back on the camera. And then wind it on to number 1. Right, start taking pictures. Well, I guess for the first shot I'll do the traditional looking down towards the main arch, I guess. It's sort of the best preserved bit of the outside ruins. You might remember at the beginning of this I mentioned I'd had a few problems with this camera, and it was that... Sorry, I'm fishing the cable release out. Yeah, basically what I was finding was that sometimes the shutter release didn't actually fire. I didn't notice, so I'd wind on, and then when I get the film back, find that I've got a few blank shots on there. I also had to recalibrate the rangefinder because that was out, but that seems to be okay. But after reseating the lens, it seems to have been behaving, so I'm kind of hoping that it was just the lens wasn't seated quite right, and you know, because often if you jiggled the thing it would then fire, but you'd sort of, I don't know, stop trying to take a picture of whatever you were taking a picture of. Right, so hoping this one's going to work out. So I just need to meter the scene. So I've got some fairly hefty contrast here because the sun's out now above the mist, so I'm going to aim for the shadows and pick a medium aperture for reasonable sharpness, so I'll probably go for f11. So if I aim at shadowy area, I'm getting about 1/25 of a second. So I can choose between 15th and 30th. I'll go for a 30th just to err a little bit on the side of caution with the highlights. So you'll see focusing. I don't know how well the rangefinder patch will show up on here. It's not too bad if you get your eye in the right place. It's nice and bright and the frame lines are pretty useful. It does have parallax correction as well, so you might find as I zoom in and out, or focus in and out, the lines move down towards the corner for if you were focusing closer up. Needs a bit of oil in it as well. Right, let's take this picture. Well, the shutter seemed to fire that time, which is good. So, right, rack it on, find the next shot. Right, second picture I grabbed here. Other side of the arch with the village church off in the background. What was I going to mention? Oh, format size. So yeah, the reason I bought this is because I'd already got a 6x6 camera in the C330 you might have seen in other videos. And I also picked up recently, a few months ago, a very old Voigtlander folding camera, which is a bit of a beater. It was very cheap, but that does 6x9s. Haven't used it a huge amount. Need to have a bit more of a practice with it, really. But what I wanted was something that would do 6x7, and I hate that I have to say 6/7 now because apparently all the children laugh. Luckily, no kids watch this channel because it's far too boring. Anyway, I wanted a 6x7, and most of them are things like the big RB, RZ things. They cost thousands of pounds, whereas these things seem to have flown a bit under the radar. So it was like a couple of hundred. So I did have to ship it from Australia. There don't seem to be many in Europe for reasons. Right, where next? I want to go inside because there's some relatively well preserved indoors bits, but I think that family who were wandering around may have just gone in there, but I'll have a look in a minute. Find another outside picture. Squeak! Metering in here is a bit harder because obviously I'm shooting through a bright open window. So, just going to average off the wall over there. God knows. Going to go for half a second. I'm going to go F16 in 1 second because I want to try and get the thing on the table in front of me in focus as well as the window. Well, so far the shutter is behaving itself today, although I'm slightly concerned I might have left the lens cap on for the picture before this one. I can't remember if I put it on just to walk up the steps or earlier. We'll see. Right, I'm going around the corner into the other room over there. So, being a 6x7, you get 10 shots to a roll, which is okay. Kind of halfway between the 12 you get on a 6x6 and 8 on a 6x9. Right, I'll take a picture of this window. So for this next picture, what I'm going to try doing is shooting the arch outside through the glass window with the lead pattern on it. I'm going to open the lens right up to 3.5, which will hopefully blur out the lead in the window, see what the out of focus areas look like on this lens and focus on the stonework of the arch. Again, metering's a little bit tricky. If I point it out of the window just towards the brickwork, it's 1/250th of a second, so yeah, I shall set it on that and yeah, see how that comes out. Maybe over there, that tree and the little low building next to it that you possibly can't see because this is quite wide angle. I've actually come a little bit closer because there's a little sort of arched bridge over the waterway. I can get the building behind in the same shot then, but the tree is a bit off the side of the frame. Maybe it'll be alright. Don't know. I'm going to meter it, but the sun's disappeared, so there's not much contrast here at the minute. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'm not going to do this shot unless the sun comes back out, because I think it's going to need that light for everything to not be muddy. Whereas in the other direction, that's quite cool. Which I believe, from last time I was here, is actually the old toilets. So, yeah, cool. Let's take a picture in that direction. Right, we're on to shot number 10, so one more to go. May start to head back towards the entrance and shoot down the footpath towards the priory. I think that might work quite nicely. Well, actually I might not shoot along the path because the trees block out everything, so I'm going to go back down a little bit and just shoot across to the ruins that you can see from this corner. So it's the 10th shot taken, so it's just a case of racking on to the end of the roll so we can safely open the back and get the film out. So basically pump it another couple of times until we get to load in the little window on the back. And that's it. Right, head home and develop the film, see if anything came out. Well, looks like most of the pictures did come out, apart from that third one where I left the lens cap on because I'm a bit stupid. Anyway, hope you enjoyed watching the film about the Rapid Omega camera. It's a bit of an oddball, but if you've got any questions about it, feel free to drop a comment. And otherwise, yeah, have a lovely Christmas. It's a Christmas twig of stuff with key rings on it. Yeah, have a lovely Christmas. Feel free to give the video a little like and the channel a subscribe if you want to stay tuned for more updates. Otherwise, yeah, see you soon. Bye.